Comments in Notion were pretty basic for a while, but they've become a core feature as developers remain focused on enhancements for teamwork. So let's take a look at how to make the most of Notion's reimagined comment feature. And comments are useful for communicating with collaborators as well as leaving notes for yourself. But you want to keep in mind that Notion doesn't replace email or Slack. You want to comment in Notion when you're addressing a particular element of your workspace rather than just kind of generally conversing. And one way that I commonly comment in Notion is on applicants for a certification. So I keep my team up to speed on the progress of each applicant by commenting within that applicant's page in Notion. And I also often use comments to leave notes for myself on my tracked expenses, such as a monthly expense whose price is going to change in the upcoming cycle. So within a Notion page, you can comment at 3 different levels. The first is the top level or the page level, where you can maintain a comment thread beneath the page title. So to initialize this comment area, you can hover your cursor over the page title and click Add Comment. So here we might say, Tiger looks like a great candidate. And on database pages, or in other words, when you open up a database item as a page, this comment area is going to be visible by default and it'll display beneath the properties of that item. And then the next level for commenting within a Notion page is the block level, when you want to comment on a full block within the page. So what you can do to add a comment to a block is hover over the block and then click the 6-dotted menu that appears and choose Comment. Now you can also highlight a block and use the keyboard shortcut Command or Control and Shift and M, and that's going to add a comment as well. And then some block types also have an option up at the top right. There's a few different buttons, including a speech bubble icon that you can click to add a comment. So I'll click this one here and suggest, how about we use a more recent photo? And you can see that the comment is added to the margin of the page, and alongside the block you see a little speech bubble with a count of comments in the thread. And then the most granular commenting level is the text segment level, where you can highlight a segment of text within a block and comment on that specific segment. So when you highlight it, you have the option to click comment, but you can also use that same keyboard shortcut, Command or Control, Shift, and M, and that's going to open up a new comment. So we might say here, this format is a little confusing. And these comments also appear within the margin just like the block level comments, and the text is going to be highlighted yellow. So in terms of composition, comments are going to work much like your standard text block, where you can add formatting, create hyperlinks, mention people, pages, and dates, and you can also add attachments. So if we add a comment to this thread here, we might say, do you like this one? And then mention a colleague. And if I highlight any of this text, I have those formatting options as well as the ability to add a hyperlink. Now, I typed the @ symbol to mention this person, but I could have also clicked this @ icon, which would bring up a list of dates, people, and pages to reference. And so I can add to this comment an image that I'm suggesting, and I can do that by clicking this attach file icon and then choose the image I want to suggest. And then when I submit the comment by clicking this arrow icon or by hitting the return or enter key, it's going to upload the photo and display it in an expanded format when the focus is on this particular thread. And if I click out of the thread, it's going to collapse back into the margin. So as you saw, you can reply to a comment by clicking this reply section of the comment module. And in the case of page level comments, it's going to say add a comment instead of reply. So you can reply to your own comments, but more usefully, you can reply to other users' comments. And what this does is create a sort of thread. And as threads grow in length, these modules are going to fold the middle comments into a more comments button, but it'll always display the first and the most recent comments. So I'm signed in as Satoshi over here on another screen. So I'll reply to this comment thread. And you can see here that the middle comments, including the one with the photo, are folded into this more comment button. And we can expand the module to see the full thread in a few ways. We can click the module and you can see now that we see all comments, including the photo. We could also, because this is a block level comment, click on the speech bubble that's alongside the associated block. And in the case of text segment comments, you can click on the highlighted text, and that's going to bring its comment thread into focus. And when a comment is no longer relevant or the conversation has come to a conclusion, any user with can edit access or higher can resolve the discussion, and that's going to archive the thread. So that resolve button is at the top right of the modules, and it also appears at the top right of the page level thread. So can edit access is required for resolving threads, but any user, including guests and members, have the ability to comment on a page with just can comment privileges. So if we go to our share menu, we can see that Satoshi has can comment privileges. So he's going to have the ability to add comments but not resolve threads. And if we bump up his privileges to can edit, he now has the ability to resolve threads. And then when you publish a page publicly, you have the option to allow comments. And what this does is it adds a button to the top right of the page when it's viewed publicly. And any Notion user with an account can sign in and contribute comments to the page. So each individual comment within a thread is going to have its own three-dotted menu. And in all cases, you're going to have the ability to copy a link to the comment, which you can share. And when the recipient clicks the link, they'll be taken directly to the comment. And then for your own comments, you have the ability to edit the comment, and anyone can also delete their comments, and those with can edit privileges or higher can delete any comment regardless of who made it. So at the top of each Notion page, you'll find a little speech bubble icon that you can click to toggle the comments sidebar. And you can also use the keyboard shortcut Command or Control plus Shift plus / to toggle the comments sidebar. And this is where you can manage in bulk all of the comments and threads for the page. It brings them all together in a single place where you can reply to a thread, you can access the individual three-dotted menus of each comment, and you can also click individual comments to jump to that point in the page. So the initial view of the comments sidebar is going to display open comments or comments that have not yet been marked resolved. And you can toggle that open to resolved comments to see all of the threads that have been marked resolved. And any user with can edit access or higher has the ability to reopen the thread, which restores it to its original location. For any comment that you haven't yet engaged with, you're going to see a little red dot within the speech bubble at the top, and then you'll see a blue dot next to the comment that you haven't yet engaged with. And once you've seen it here, that's considered engagement, and that blue dot will disappear. And if you're @mentioned in a comment, you'll be notified just as you would be for any @mention within a standard text block. So it's going to appear within your inbox, which is within the all updates section of your sidebar, and it will show a blue dot if you haven't yet engaged with it. And within your inbox, you'll have the ability to reply to the comment or to visit the associated page. And if you follow the page, you'll receive notifications for new comments. And you can follow by visiting the All Updates menu and clicking follow. But if you comment on a page, or if you create the page, then you'll follow it automatically. So as Satoshi, I'm going to add a comment to this page to illustrate some of these notifications. So Satoshi has added a comment, and you can see here that we have that red dot above the speech bubble, as well as a notification badge here on top of our menu. So if we toggle open our comments sidebar, you can see that we have this blue dot above the comment, and when I scroll over it, it disappears, as does the red dot above the speech bubble. And if we open up our sidebar here, you can see that we have this notification badge within the All Updates item, and I click that and I can see that new comment within my inbox. I can reply directly within my inbox, or I can click to visit the comment within the page. And then depending on a variety of factors that I discuss in lessons focused specifically on notifications, I may receive an email digest, and I also may receive push notifications on desktop or mobile. And for any page, you can customize comments in a couple of ways, and both options are available from the page's three-dotted menu at the top right. Within that menu, you'll find the option to customize page, and there are two options here related to comments. One is top-level page discussions, where you can choose expanded or off. Expanded is going to display that comment thread beneath the title, and then off is going to disable that area entirely. And then for page comments, you can choose default, which we've seen with those modules in the margin, but you can switch those to minimal. And what that's going to do is it's going to convert those modules just to those little speech bubbles, which you can click to see the comment thread. So if you or your team have any questions as you experiment with comments in Notion, feel free to tweet at William Nutt.